yeah, if you think you're going to do it in your own strength, then you know what? Yeah, you can do it.
COVID, it's been helping people move their businesses from offline or brick and mortar to online.
Systems are more important than skills as an entrepreneur today.
It's totally okay to reinvent yourself multiple times, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy Y. Bailey. If you're a coach, speaker, or industry expert, you're in the right place for sales and marketing wisdom and insight to grow your coaching business. Now, here's your host, Income Acceleration Mentor, Wendy Y. Bailey.
Again, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm excited to bring to you another awesome guest, Trena Bolden Fields. There's a lot that I could tell you about her. She's a business strategist. She's a best-selling author. She's a creative. She helps people who are moving into consultancy to go from idea to six figures. Did I get that right? Okay.
Yes.
So welcome, Trena Bolden Fields. We're going to talk more about you in just a second. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Awesome. So there's a lot to unpack about your background and what got you into this space where you're serving as a mentor, a certified coach, a business strategist. You're pouring in your creativity to do it. Tell us what brought you here to do what you do today.
That's a good question, and I appreciate this opportunity. Thank you, Wendy Y., for inviting me to this conversation. What brought me to do what I'm doing today, the journey, it has been a long one. It has been a rewarding one, an engaging one, and one that has also given me time and opportunity to pause, right? There's been a cause for pause, and there's been growth and opportunity in the journey and along the journey. So I started out in my career as a performing artist, and I absolutely loved performing on stages is what the work I did. I was SAG after Actors Equity Actor. And I have over 20.
That's the real deal. That's the real deal. That's not like I've just been playing a little bit here or there. If you got a SAG after card, then hey, that means you were really doing some acting, some creative work.
Definitely. Regional theater, all the things, right? All the things. And great work. Love the work. Yet I had been impacted by the full head-on connection with a lot of the thought processes in the industry of how people would treat performing artists, right? I had a lot of great experiences and a lot of great support, but there was one particular time where I was impacted by an experience where someone thought that they could speak to me any kind of way.
That would be a no.
Yeah, it was a no. It was a big not okay for me. And I think at that moment, I understood that I wanted to make sure that artists didn't feel that way in the creation of their work. It's professional work, and we should be able to be professional about the work we're doing. And that was my integrity-based way of, or approach to what I was doing. And so I decided that I was going to create a business at that time. You know, I'm on stage and I'm like, I'm going to start.
It's time for me to do something to address this issue I'm seeing for everybody, for more people than
for more people. Exactly. I really wanted people to understand that they were worthy of doing their great work, which was artistry. Artists are life changers. We are alchemists. And true changers of lives with the art form and work that we do. We're like soul shifters. I mean, everybody knows this, right? And I think given that, we should be treated with respect. Right. Yeah. And so I wanted to make sure that other artists didn't face what I faced in that way, but they could really have some deep confidence in their work, in what they were producing, and have the support they needed in doing that. Back then, when I started this business, which was early 2000s, I didn't know that it was coaching. right, that I was really looking at.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right. I didn't, that kind of language wasn't known, right, back then. But I started the business and I ended up doing artist management work and supporting artists that way by helping them to like activate their career by managing their careers. But I understood that I didn't want to do the work for the artist. I want to show them how to do the work. So I work with a lot of creatives and helping them through life challenges, and also educators, because I have a degree as well in education, a master's degree in educational psychology. And I have always been a leader. And so I do work with people in leadership capacities who are also in education and who are wanting to step into creating their own work. So it's kind of shorting my journey and story and giving you like 3 pieces in between.
But I love it.
That's what it was about.
The thing that I know as a coach, because I've been here a while too, the thing that I know is where you start is not always where you end up. You know, there's an evolution and a revolution that changes for you as you continue to step into the coaching industry. It's changed a lot. The industry itself has changed a lot, but that even if it stayed the same, exactly the same, the industry changes you. You change because you see different people who need your help even more so than the ones that you started out with. I'll tell you a quick funny story. I started out coaching entrepreneurs, you know, and that's who I coach today too. But I was determined at some point that I was never going to coach coaches. I was like, I'm not going to coach other coaches. You know, coaching other coaches is so kind of, you know, incestuous, and we need to be helping the larger community and everything. But guess what? Today, here I am, and I coach other coaches. You know what I mean? Because you go through this evolution. And when you go through the evolution, you realize that there's certain industries or certain occupations or certain types of businesses that are your people that benefit most from the work that you do. That's kind of what I see when I think about your background with your degrees and then your certification, and then sort of how you've evolved from working with creators and educators. And now you work with primarily entrepreneurs and people who are moving into that consultant space, right?
Right. Definitely. Yes.
Yeah. You know, the story of kind of finding your way without there being a name to coaching, I think is pretty, it's not rare. It's pretty common because people have not always understood what coaching is and how coaching works. So how do you see what you do, pulling all of that together to support your clients? What's at the real core of the work that you do to help your clients?
The real core, I mean, I think there are a couple things, if I can say what's at it. One is my understanding that we are all here to lead fulfilled lives, to live fulfilled lives, right? To experience that with joy, and to do that in a way where we are experiencing love in our process. And so that's one of the major things that guide me along the work and what I'm supposed to do.
Sure.
I think what's also at the core is I'm here to create work. I know my purpose, right? I'm here to create works that positively impacts people's lives, that helps them to transform their lives. And so those works include me writing books. Those works include me coming on live and sharing my story, and giving some tips on what can be activated and you know, move to the next level or the next step. Those works include my content that I put out. So all of that, events that I do. So that's really what that's about, is putting forward my purpose in that way. And I think that it is also about making sure in this process that people understand that they are worthy to do the work that they're here to do, that confidence piece, that self-confidence piece, to support and help people navigate. A lot of people tell me that they feel like they come to me and get healing through the work that I do.
That. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and it's true. I am a healer, right? I'm a trained healer, as a therapist as well. That's my training, right? And I've done therapy with clients too before, not my coaching clients, no, but I've had
different kind of approach. Yeah.
different approach, and coaching is a different approach. And I think for me with coaching, it allows me to give people tools that they can then implement
Mm-hmm.
in a quicker way to move them along their journey in a quicker way. And that's what that's really about for me.
The thing that I love about what you said, I don't know if you know who Thomas J. Leonard was. He's known as the father of modern day coaching.
Yeah,
And
I have his books right here.
yeah,
He
was prolific in terms of his content production, his writing, his creating programs. He was prolific. And
Yeah.
I joined coaching at a time when he was still alive. Like he was alive for the first 18 months that I was in coaching, something like that. And one of the things that he did was he marshaled this 400 or 500 coach member force and called them his research and development team. And one of the tenets of coaching, as he sees it or saw it, one of the competencies of coaching is when you're coaching, you're doing something that impacts the individual and the world, making them both a better person, better place to live in. So it's got to be ecologically sound, and that all that healing and all of the transformation you're doing has to be in integrity, which I absolutely love. And that sounds like what you just said to me, that you know, I'm committed to changing these people, and I know it's going to really make a difference in the world as a whole.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And that's the integral work that I do when I'm coaching with my clients one-on-one. You know, I have people who say, I thought you were going to give me templates. I like, you know, or no, I'm not.
Whole person. Yeah.
Like I can co-create. I do give things, just share. I do give things. I do give templates and examples, but we come to those after we have an understanding of who you are and where you want to go. We come to those when you are in a place where you are asking for them, when you're ready for that moment. So I'm coaching people from where they are to where they want to be. And I think that is pure coaching. That really is pure coaching. And so that is my one-on-one process. I do have group process where it is the template, where it is, you know, the training.
Sure.
But when people are working with me, we go step by step based on their connection, based on their knowledge. And I don't push people beyond where they are here to go. I mean, I do some loving encouragement and challenging. Yes.
But you have to.
You have to,
because if you don't, people don't grow.
Right.
You know? I remember it's been a few years ago now, I was having an argument with one of my sisters, and she was like, you're the same person you've always been. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not. You know, I'd like to think that in the, 20 years that we've lived apart as adults, that I've changed. I know I've changed, and I know I've grown. If I'm still that same person, I'm not growing. Are you still the same person? Of course, that ended the argument for her because she didn't have a comeback for that. But growth is necessary for humanity to evolve.
Right.
And so I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah.
When you find people who are at the beginning stages of, becoming a consultant, creating some kind of consultancy, what's a common area that you find yourself serving them and supporting them and challenging them in?
Helping them to create their offer and to gain clarity. Really, it's the gaining clarity piece, because a lot of times people come to me with an idea, but they don't know where to start. They don't know that, where to go next. So it's helping them get clarity around that, helping to really solidify their vision. So we do vision work, we do purpose work, I do values work. I think it's really important to do that work to start.
Very.
Because when you step out there and do the work, you need to have yourself grounded so that you can really know and have a compass, for your movement, really a map, your life map for moving forward in the work. And so we do that grounding work first. So there's a clear understanding of what they really want to create. And then we start to look at their offer. Like I help them map it out. We look at that, we map it out. And then there are specific action steps that they're taking on a weekly basis when they're coaching with me.
I'm sure that I'm positive that it's a process. But if there's one thing that you've seen that helps people reach six figures quickly, what is that one thing that you work with them in, that one area that you're like, with the clarity, I know, that'll pave the way, but there's this one thing that I know I have to make sure my clients go through. I have to make sure that they understand, that they fully embrace, that they get some coaching in. What is that one thing?
So another one thing is mindset work. So we do shifting
That's
your
what
limit.
I thought you were going to say. Yeah, mindset.
Yeah, we do shifting your limiting beliefs, because I do that work because when they're activating, I want them to activate. I mean, they want themselves to activate. They need to activate. And if you have blockages, you know this, right? We know this. If there are blockages, the work is not going to get done. And I also understand it because I've experienced it myself. I have blockages. You have blockages at every level, right? But if you don't clear those, you're not going to move, like really activate on a consistent basis. You'll always be met with that limit. You'll always hit that limit if you haven't cleared it.
Yeah, that's good. My personal mantra is mindset is everything. So as soon as I asked the question, I was like, she's going to say mindset. And I'm like, we're here. You know what I mean? Because as a coach, you know that you've got to deal with the whole person, and getting to six figures is just a byproduct of the strength of their mindset, right? All the other strategies that follow that help, but if you don't have the right mindset, if you're stuck in those limiting beliefs, you can lose sight of what it takes to move through those strategies to get to the six figures. So I love that you are a coach's coach, like you understand what that looks like, what that means.
Yeah. And that's another thing I've lived it, before, or in times I'm faced with it again.
Oh yeah. Like you said, every level requires another shift around your limiting beliefs and your mindset. So that's profound. If y'all don't hear anything else, write that down, because that's important. That's important. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to walk through our signature segment, the Profitable Wisdom segment. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, awesome. We'll be right back.
Hi, I am Marquessa Petway, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Thacker, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
I'm Trena Bolden Fields, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Welcome back. I'm talking with Trena Bolden Fields, who's a business strategist, certified coach. She's a vision, purpose, and life coach. Did I get that right? Vision, purpose, and life coach. The thing that I want you guys to understand, she's got this amazing experience and education, and today she serves her clients in a way that really helps them to grow their businesses fast, bottom line and everything. So let's talk about those 5 questions that I ask all of my guests. And again, this is not rapid fire. This is tell me your thoughts about it. So who's had the greatest influence on you in your business?
In my business, that's a good question. Greatest influence on me, my goodness.
And it could be somebody in your life as well, because they're definitely intertwined.
Yeah, they are. I think I've had some great coaches along my journey. And I think when I was at a different level and really stuck, there's a coach that I engaged who got me through really in that time. And this coach, because I was like, I'm just gonna take time off. I told this
I just need a break.
I need a break.
Need a break. Yeah.
Yes, that's where I was. I just need a break. And this coach, my coach was like, no,
Not taking this time off.
You're not taking.
We're gonna push through this.
Right. Yeah. That coach was like, you could take a couple days. You could take 2 days. And I was like, okay, how about 3? Right? Like
you negotiate. Now,
Right.
Do one more than that.
Beach
Just
3
one
days.
more. Yeah.
I just need to be on the beach for a little bit. And then, but this coach was like, you got to keep the momentum going. And that helped me push through. And I think it helped me in a way where I totally shifted the trajectory of my business to where I was not stuck any longer, but I was generating income within the next month, and kept it growing. Like, we were counting how much money I was generating. It was like 20,000 and, going over this time and keep going.
Yeah.
And it was just that, no, you're not going to stop. Well, that kind of message I need with me always, because we're, like we mentioned in a previous segment, that you are impacted by things that at every level that could cause you to pause. And I have
Or
to
stop. Or completely stop. Yeah.
Or completely stop.
Yeah.
And I have to work my muscles in a way where I'm not pausing, right? But I'm sustaining that momentum and that action. And I still have to do that to this day, right? But that, just remembering that and remembering that process and, getting back on track, which I've been able to do, and which I was able to do when she was like, yeah, no, you're not stopping. You're not pausing.
The thing that I love about that so much is it confirms and reaffirms why it's so important that coaches have coaches.
Definitely. It is important.
Because we get discouraged, we get exhausted, we get emotional, all of that stuff, just like everybody else does. So having that coach in your corner that challenges you, that pushes you, can make the difference. I like to tell people, it's been almost 22 years I've been in my business, and I'm not here because I've done everything the right way. I'm not here because I've been all together the whole time successful, whether I've measured that in bottom line profits or income, or whether I measured that in kind of how I felt or whatever was happening with my business. I'm here almost 22 years later because I didn't give up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So hearing that was someone who pushed you is awesome. So what's the best business advice you've ever received?
Oh, the best business advice that I've ever received. And it shifts and changes. I just want to share that it shifts and changes at different levels and where you are. And I say that because I was talking to that same coach today about being a mother, being married, about needing to make sure that I'm providing the time for my family that I want to provide, and for me, right, where I'm not working 10 hours on my business, but I've put in time. And I block off time. So that's probably one of the things that I do. I block off time. I block off time for when my kids come home. There's some days where I have a call, but the majority of all my days have a time block, 2 hours time block that is available for when my kids come home. Like, putting that in to where I'm taking that time with family. I make dinner still for my family. They do some dinner some nights as well. I'm the one who really enjoys cooking, myself and my oldest. And so we're probably the most who are cooking in the kitchen because we enjoy it so. And then in the evening, I am stopping, right? And going to watch TV with my spouse, making sure I'm getting that time. I do not take calls on Saturdays any longer. I used to work all weekend. I do not. Saturdays and Sundays are for whatever it is I choose to do. So making sure you're providing time for you and your health, your mental health, your family, doing the things that you love to do is essential. Those are one of the things that I implement. So that's where I do what I'm doing, on a regular basis now.
The thing that I just really love about that is what you haven't shared that I want to share is you're also an expat.
I am.
Yeah. Yes. So you live right now in Germany?
I do. I'm in Germany.
And for years before that, you lived in Costa Rica?
I was in Brazil.
Brazil. Yeah. So I want you guys who are watching and listening to get the picture that we're painting of a lifestyle that already has challenge built into it to some degree. And you made a conscious choice to be sure that you balance your family time with your business. I love that advice that you got.
Yeah. And I say that too from experience, because it wasn't always balanced. Like we, it wasn't always balanced, but I had a moment where I was like, I can't do this. Like, I haven't seen my youngest, and like, we haven't really talked. I cannot continue this way.
Yeah.
So we have to put in things where I feel really good about being in the office, and I feel really good about being with my family, and feel really, really good about coaching, and being able to explore, like getting out to see things in whatever country or city I am in the moment, because thank God I'm able to do this lifestyle, travel and live and see the world. Yeah, it was on our vision. This was our vision, and we're implementing it.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So what's been your largest single sale? What was the amount and what were the circumstances? And
single
what did you
sale
celebrate?
Yeah, so I had I have to think about this. So I had an offer that was a $30,000 offer. The client paid in installments. So that was probably the largest offer that I've offered, and paid in, like, they paid it over 3 months.
That's right, about 10,000 a month.
Right? 10,000 a month in one offer. And what was your question? What was the next question? But that's another thing. That was just one client, right? Having multiple clients in that month was great. What was the second part of that question?
The second part was, what was the circumstances? Like what was your offer, and how did you come to actually make the offer to that person and they accept it? One of the reasons I asked this particular question is because I want people seeing possibility and potential in everything that they do. Because sometimes, and I'm sure you're about to share a similar kind of story, but sometimes those stories really open people's eyes to what could be, right? And then they can go and create something that represents a major milestone for them as well.
Right. So what brought me to that is, I have to share. First, I'll share the offer. The offer was a marketing strategy. So I have a degree in mass communication. So everything that I do is something that I have trained in. So I have to share that. So I'm not just doing things that I have never done before, or I don't know anything
I'm
about.
highly qualified. I got my receipts, y'all. That's what she's saying.
I do. I know the work, right? And so it was a marketing strategy. So it was really marketing research, creation of content. It was all the great, beautiful things that gets one excited, right? So we did messaging pillars, things that the client could take away with and build on their own. So we created the strategy, did the research, created the strategy, and here you have it.
Nice.
So, right. I really like that work. I'm just going to be honest. I'm doing another strategy process right now that I'm excited about, but we don't have to go into all that. So,
but the thing that I want to make noteworthy is, it is exciting when you're doing the work, because you see the transformation that you're going to help create based on that strategy that you're putting together. You do the research and you put it together, and you get to be creative in how you do it. And
and that's the thing. I get to be creative. Right. In marketing strategy, business strategy, it's a process of things that you need, but I get to be creative. Once I collected data and information, I get to sit back and look at it and put things together, say, this is the direction we're going in. So it came about from a previous a coaching client.
A referral.
And say that again.
A referral.
No, same coaching client who was coaching and was done with coaching and was like, okay, what next? What now? What next? I was like, well, you need to have marketing behind that. Like, we've built the thing, you've generated money, we've tested it, you've proved it. Now you need to do marketing around it. And it was like, well, how can I do that? I was like, well, I do know marketing, so we could work together. And so the client was like, yes. And the client was so grateful and said how the process was such a beautiful process for them, because what I helped them do, it was a $30,000 offer. I helped them create $30,000 in a month just from that marketing process.
But not, they were able to pay it in 3 months. Yeah.
But
not at $500 a pop, but at $10,000 a pop. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only were they able to create that 30 grand in that month, but they were able to replicate. That's what I do. I give things that people can repeat, that you don't have to always run back to me. You can. My clients do. There are clients who come back, and I love it, and I'll support them, and we'll do the work. But you don't have to, because you have the tools, you have the pieces. You just need to implement. And so that's what I gave the client. The client was able to take that and implement and grow their business to generating over 6 figures. And by implementing all of the strategies that I share, and I share with that client.
Yeah, very nice. What did you do to celebrate?
With that, so I probably during that time went out to dinner because I love food. I probably went to like one of my favorite restaurants and had wine. I actually did. I do remember that night. We went to a beautiful restaurant that had a menu that had the most flavor I had off of a food menu in a long time.
Nice.
And it was also a wine bar. And I sat there, had maybe one glass or two of wine, and had one of the best meals that I've had, and enjoyed conversation.
Yeah.
I enjoy connecting with people. And so being able to have deep intellectual conversations as well, I enjoy. So I, took my spouse, we went out. That's what we did. We just had a beautiful conversation and honored our time together and in that moment.
That's awesome. So, Trena, we all have those times when we feel like giving up. Sometimes it's weekly, monthly, sometimes it's daily. So what has helped you? You know what I mean? Because, sometimes you're just in the space where I'm like, why am I doing this? What is the real reason for this? And I know it's, you got to know what your why is, and that keeps you focused on all of that. But what has helped you move through those times when you felt like giving up? Like when you are feeling that exasperation, and you are just kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to be doing this much longer. What helps you in those moments?
Yeah, sometimes it's taking a break, right? Sometimes it's taking a break and having a night to process. And what happens for me, and when I having hard moments, my brain is active, more active than I already have an active brain. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Okay, but it gets even more active. And so what happens is I'll take a break from whatever it is I'm in at the moment. I may take a moment to break and maybe not be engaged, but overnight, my brain will kick in and I will start to come up with ideas of how I can shift or what can I implement. And I just take those down, write them down, type them up. I may go for a nice walk. There's some times where I'll go for a run. If it's that stressful.
Like you connect to something, you disconnect from whatever is the business that you feel somewhat overwhelmed, exhausted, or emotional about in that moment. Right. And you do something that brings you enjoyment outside of the business.
Right. That's one thing. Another thing is having support. So like the coach, when I was like, I was trying to take 30 to 40 days off. Like I was like, I'm going to take a 30-day. That was me. I was about to be out for like 30 to 60 days. I was going to. I was. And the coach was like, no, like, are you kidding me? And so having that in your corner, I think is important as well. Someone who understands you, unconditional love, support, genuinely is there for you and can see things that you cannot. Sometimes that's needed as well. In that moment, that was probably the hardest moment I have ever had in business, ever, literally ever. And I needed that at that moment, that coach to say, no, you're not doing
it. 2 days. That's it. Two days. And I bet those were the best 2 days that prepared you to come back to your business and do, just crush it.
Sure. Honestly, I was still exhausted, but I did go to the beach for those 2 days.
Okay.
Yes. I was still exhausted, but I was like, I got it. I got to do it. And I did it, and it brought me energy. It brought me income. It brought more clients, and those clients worked with me. Each and one of those clients, one was with me for 6 months. The other, a few clients were with me for anywhere from, one is actually still with me, but anywhere from 3 months to 6 months. And then I do have one that's continuing from that part.
Very good.
But, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So what is your greatest personal accomplishment outside of your business?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. I think I've done that quite a bit in life. And personally, I think I would like to say 2 things. One, staying true to my vision, activating that, bringing that into being. And I've been able to do that multiple times personally. I think those are the greatest accomplishments, but also I think creating a life that my family gets to explore.
That's actually what I thought you would say was that one. Yeah.
And experience and grow from. And we get to engage with beautiful people in different countries and build relationships with beautiful people in different countries and honor them and celebrate that and honor ourselves in that as well. So that's awesome. That's exciting.
Travel and living outside of the US, if that's where you live, can really change your perspective about life and everything. So I totally expected you to say that as part of what you shared. So that's awesome. So we're going to take another quick break, Trena. And when we come back, I want you to share your parting thought. That's the nugget that you want people to really walk away from our conversation with. And then you can tell them about the gift that you want them to have as well.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. We'll be right back. Being a member of a business mastermind can lead to exponential growth in your coaching business and in your bottom line. But how do you know if the mastermind is right for you? The right mastermind offers an opportunity for you to discover new growth insights and proven business strategies while putting them into practice with the right tools to grow and scale your coaching business. The right mastermind connects you to other high-achieving coaches so you can partner and collaborate. The right mastermind guides your efforts to grow and scale your coaching business. In just a few days, I'm hosting an information call so you can discover how to reserve your seat in the Profitable Coaches Mastermind. You can get all the details at profitablecoachesmastermind.com. You're invited to join this group networking and strategy call, and it's absolutely free. And so is the mastermind. That's right, the Profitable Coaching Mastermind is a high-value complementary opportunity for you to discover how to grow your coaching business. It's also a hands-on workshop designed to offer strategy to scale your coaching business. It's also an activation session with implementation tools you can use to grow and scale your coaching business. That's right, the Profitable Coaching Mastermind is totally complimentary. So save your spot so you can discover how to join the mastermind. This is not a sales call. Nothing will be sold. There will be no selling. There will be no offer. It is an opportunity, so save your spot. This is your opportunity for a collaborative interview, and you get to ask questions and get answers. Hi, Income Acceleration Mentor Wendy Y. Bailey here, and I'm so excited about the Profitable Coaches Mastermind. The information call is designed to give you a little bit more information about it and for you to sort of decide if it's the right time for you at this point. Remember, the information call is complimentary, and so is the mastermind. I'm so excited about it because I got to tell you, I have pulled 3 key pieces out of my body of work. We're going to talk in the mastermind about predictable coaching income. We're going to talk about business operations, and we're also going to talk about how you put your productivity into overdrive to create the sustainability in your coaching business. So be sure to sign up for the information call. I'm going to give you all the skinny when we meet, and I hope to see you in the mastermind as well. See you then.
Hi Hi there, I'm Robert Kennedy III, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversations show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Don't forget to like, comment, review, and subscribe right now so that you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I'm Tim Fitzpatrick, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversation show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I'm Dr. Denise Dennis, and you are tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation show with Wendy Y. Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode happens.
I'm back. I feel like I've had this really cool conversation with you, Trena, and you know, I'm sure that when you sort of circle the wagons and you want people to walk away with a one clear thought about our conversation, that sometimes they can take it to the bank, or they can take it away with them, and it gives them like a whole different insight. What would that be?
I think the biggest thing is to make sure that you're cultivating and creating and nurturing a life that you really want to lead, that you want to live, because it's the life that you are here to live, and for no one else to do the things that you need to do. Everyone has their own unique gifts and talents, and to cultivate yours and share yours is what you're here to steward. That's the work you're here to do. And so I think it's really important to be tuned into that, and to activate that, and to be that authentically.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you have a special training that you're going to share as a gift to our viewers and listeners. Tell us about it, and I'll put the link in the show notes.
Definitely. So I'm going to be sharing my training from idea to six figures with you all. For the listeners, make sure you get the link, click the link, and join that training so you can know the steps that it takes to go from idea to six figures if you're looking to start or grow your business.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a delight as always. You know, we have met as social media friends. We have collaborated. I supported you in your event. And this to me is another extension of that collaboration. I'm looking forward to spending lots more time with you, Ms. Trena.
Thank you. I am as well, Wendy Y. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So join us next time when I will talk with another amazing guest on the Profitable Coaching Conversation show. Be sure to join the after party at profitablecoachingsociety.com. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Thanks so much for tuning into Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy Y. Bailey. Be sure to join us at the after party at www.profitablecoachingsociety.com. We'll see you next time for more sales and marketing wisdom and insight from Wendy Y. and her amazing guests. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know when new episodes are posted.